Hey everybody, I am in line, parent pickup at my son's school, and I got time for a little story. So I have a buyer. We just canceled the contract on a home, and we could not be happier about it. So today, I'm going to tell a little story about the cost of going under contract. Now, if you ever feel bad about having to spend money on inspections, trust me, you will not after this. So going under contract, is it really a big deal anyway? And I'll tell you, it's not as serious as it seems. Now, with any contract, you get a due diligence or inspection period, and normally that's about 10 days long. And if you don't like what you see, you can cancel. So what I tell my clients is an accepted contract really just takes the home off the market, so you can decide if you still want to buy it 10 days later. And this is where the cost of going under contract comes in. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about earnest money. That's just your deposit. You lock the home up. And to be honest, unless you lie to the seller or breach your contract, you're not going to lose that. I'm talking about inspection costs. So the home we're talking about, it was just over 20 years old. And to be honest, to say it nicely, we doubted some of the things that were being disclosed as far as the age of components. So this buyer, he hired a home inspector, a termite inspector, had a pool inspector come by, an air conditioning technician, and a roofer. May seem like a lot and a bit unnecessary, but wait until you see what it saved us from. So let's start with the home inspection. That was about $300, and they had their usual punch list item, $1,500 to $2,000, this and that, no big deal. But it confirmed that the water heater was older than 20 years. 10 years is old, 20 is insane. We had to replace it, $1,500. Next, termite inspection. $60 investment, discovered termites everywhere. The cost to treat, $2,000. After that, the pool inspector, he was about $125, came in, told us that the plaster needed to go and the filtration equipment was shot, a total about $10,000. So, air conditioning next. Cost just under $100 to get him out. He actually discovered that the unit was 10 years older than we were being told. Had refrigerant line leaks, needed to go, $6,000. And then last, the roofer. Now, the home inspector actually told us he thought the roof looked fine, but we had our doubts, and sure enough, the roofer comes in, confirms that it's original, it's crumbling, and it's only going to cost $15,000 to replace. So if you were doing math on the fly, this buyer spent just over $600 to discover that $35,000 in repairs were needed just to make the home functional, not even a remodel. So we didn't even bother trying to negotiate this one. We pulled the ripcord, we got out of there, the buyer got his earnest money back, and we happily moved on. So it's easy to say the $600 that the buyer spent is money lost, but when you compare it to the $35,000 train coming down the tracks on this home, which was in the 400,000s, it was a steal. So while the cost of getting a home under contract, it might seem like a waste, in my opinion, whether the inspection discovers the home is in great shape or an absolute mess, it is money well spent. And that's my story. That's all I got. So I'll just end it. Have a good one.